Greetings guys, welcome to the channel. My name is DJ Odyccy, and of course if you are new to the channel, please make sure you like, comment, share, and basically subscribe to the channel. It really helps the channel to grow and make sure other people can find this content, so without wasting time, on today's video I'm going to show you guys my vocal chain, my lead vocal chain, how I mix vocals in FL Studio. I'm going to use some plugins which you might not have or you can find, make sure that you find this type of plugins because it's very important that you get them, but without wasting time, man, let's try to get into this and actually show you guys my lead vocal chain. I'm going to show you how this vocal sounds without the plugins first, right? So I want to switch them off like this, and then I'm going to play this vocal.
I'm sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love. Sober and lost.
And I want to put in the beat just so that you can hear how it sounds. And we want to turn that into something amazing, So it sounds like this. Can't even hear the vocal that much. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I worked on this vocal and made it sound great, right? So I'm gonna switch them on but switch them off one by one so that we can break down this whole thing. So I'm gonna switch off the beat for now so that you guys can hear what I'm dealing with. So firstly, let's play the vocal now.
I'm sober and lost.
So on the vocal chain, the first thing that I have is the NS1. It's the noise suppressor. What it does is it's like a gate, but it removes background noises better for me, So if you have this, you can still use a gate as well, but I use this and then I'm fine. I don't even use a gate sometimes, So that's what the noise suppressor looks like in this. And then it makes the sound like this.
I'm sober and lost.
So if I switch it off, you'll hear just that air a little bit there.
I'm sober.
You had that, right? So now you put that in and then it cleans up the background noise, right? That's the first thing I do. And the next thing that I do is put in the F6. With the F6 is that I'm gonna look for parts of the vocal where they are much louder, where they can be clipping a little bit. It could be low, but where they are much louder, So in this case, number one, you cut off the low frequencies, and then this is how it sounds like with this EQ.
I'm sober and lost.
So
I'm sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love. So
2, 3, 4, I think until 5, I was finding parts of the vocal which are much louder, and I put it in. And then what I do is once I'm on 2, I look at, let's say on 2.
I'm sober and loud.
So the threshold, you're looking at what you actually are compressing. So I put it just where it hits a little bit. And then I do the range just a little as well. Lower it down so that every time the vocal hits that amount, that threshold, it actually compresses it down. So that's what that's what this thing is all about. So on 2, on 3, I'm doing 4, 5, I'm doing rather the same thing even on 1, So I'm just cutting off frequencies that I don't want in the song, but I don't want to cut them off like it stays that way. Only when it hits that level, then it compresses it down, you understand? So it keeps them at a certain level. And then that's number 2. And then the next thing I added was an R compressor. So the R compressor, the ratio, I put it at 5, 4, 6. That's how I put it. Depends on you, I didn't do much with the attack and release for this song. And then the threshold is where the vocal hits, so you make sure that you get to where the vocal hits so that it can get some kind of compression, and it sounds like this.
I'm sober and loud.
I'll play without it.
I'm sober and
I'm gonna play with it.
I'm sober in love.
You can hear there's some kind of a gain a little bit. It gave it like some, it now puts everything straight. That's what a compressor does. It makes everything be on the same level, basically. And then that's what I did. And then the next thing that I added was waves tune now. Most of the time people put auto tune or waves tune as the first thing. You can do that. Everyone has their own vocal chain. Why I put it after was because now when the waves tune starts working, I'll just tell you, when it starts working, I feel like when it's at the top, it takes those noises with, you understand? So even if you try to clean it up, for me, it makes it a little bit bad, So I take out every noise, then I put waves tune, and then I know that when it comes in, it just moves things up without worrying about other things. But you can also still put it at the top if you have a great microphone, everything, So I put it down there, and then it makes something like this.
I'm sober in love, but drunk when I'm in love.
By the way, how to deal with this is that you can also, if you want that robotic sound, you have to like go down a little bit. If you take them down, you'll hear it's robotic.
I'm sober in love.
So that's for people that want that auto tune, that waves tune, and then but I want to make sure that it's not too robotic. And then again, this one should be higher than this knob at most of the time, at most. So let's play this.
I'm sober in love, but drunk when I'm in love.
I'll keep it at natural minor. The song is on A minor, so I keep it at generic, and then that's what I do. I don't do much more. And then the next thing that I did was put in another compressor, and then it sounds like this.
I'm sober in love.
Now you can hear like it keeps increasing the vocals a little bit. If you want to increase the vocals more, with more compression, you increase the input. But if you want more volume, you increase the trim, right? So
I'm sober in love,
or you increase this one.
I'm sober in love.
But you can see now it compresses the vocal even more, So I keep it here, or I keep it around this part, or even this part.
I'm sober in love.
Because I don't want too much compression, because we've already done some compression on the vocals, So that's what I did on this one. And then I added the SS EQ. So the SSL EQ, what I do with it is that it's a solid state. I increase the highs, right, to give it that crisp feel, and it sounds like this.
I'm sober in love.
I'm gonna take it out.
I'm sober in love, but drunk when I'm in love. Sober.
So now you can hear that it has the crispy feel to it. The only thing that's gonna worry you from this is that the highs are now too much, the S's. So you wanna take out the S's from the song. So you put a de-esser, and then you play this.
I'm sober in love, but drunk when I'm in love.
So you put it to a point where you are actually, you are actually satisfied with where it takes out the S's, right? So I put it around here, or you can make sure that it hits 3 or 6 must be the maximum, I think. And then you go to that. And then from there, let's add in the fruity delay. You can put any other delay, make sure that it's a ping pong, blah, 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 those type of things. And then you have this.
I'm sober in love.
If you notice, I took down the whole dry. It's only giving me the wet so that I can decrease it on this knob.
I'm sober in love, but drunk when I'm in love. I'm sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love. Sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love.
And that's how you mix your vocals. That's everything that I've used on these main vocals. I'm just gonna play it for you to show you how it actually sounds. And I'm gonna put in the beat and we're gonna do this.
I'm sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love. Sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love.
Sounds great. It sounds like a great vocal. And then the one thing that I did as well, which makes the vocal to be more audible as well, is because I also add, so all these vocals come to this vocal mix. On this vocal mix, there's a fruity peak controller. And then what I do is on the beat, there's a parametric EQ on the beat, right? So what it does is, the peak controller controls this knob, number 6, this one. So I looked for frequencies which are actually harsh and clash with the vocals. So I found that, okay, it could be on 6, right? And so now make sure that every time the vocals come on, this knob will go down. So let me play it for you.
I'm sober and lost, but drunk when I'm in love.
So that's the other thing that I did as an extra on the vocals. You don't have to do this, but you can also make sure that you do it. That's for me. So otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on my next tutorial when we do other things. And that was my vocal chain for today. Let's play the song, man. I love this song. Sounds dope, don't you think?